You mentioned the word principles, and I think a lot of people throw around like the jargon of sort of, or the buzzwords of like values, or but it really, it's the same kind of thing. It all just comes down to sort of, I guess, attitude, really. So when you speak to somebody for the first time, what is it that tells you? Like, if do you have maybe one thing? I get that maybe some of it's intuition, but is there anything concrete that you either look for or people could maybe look to improve themselves that tells you whether they get it or not, if they have the right attitude then going into a project?
The really key thing, and we start every project with a series of stakeholder interviews. And clients have told us that those stakeholder interviews, where we ask them some really sort of some general questions about their business, and then we start to kind of dig into how they're working. A lot of people have told us it's a bit like subscriptions therapy. So we've been there, we've walked in their shoes, we've felt their pains, we've had those ambitions for our businesses. And actually, that's what's really, really fascinating. So we will talk to them and find out sort of those approaches. If they've got the right reporting, LTV models and things in their business already, that's great. That allows us to accelerate. But equally, it's about that willingness to think about the customer. There's an awful lot of publishers who in the last kind of 5-10 years, everyone's been squeezed, everyone's been throwing out offers. And a lot of publishers have kind of lost sight of who their readers are, what their customers are, and what customer value really means to them. And it's really wonderful at the moment, watching clients kind of pivot back into, oh, this is what my customer is here for. This is the value that my brand delivers to that customer. And that's a really powerful thing, because it's not just stops you from selling 3 issues for £1 repeatedly on every email that you send out. It also reminds everybody in the business that what they're producing is really important to their readers. So if you get everything right, if you've got your customer value proposition nailed, if you've got your messaging reminding the customer of why they're there, yes, when you put out your 3 for £1 offer, they're like, yeah, this is perfect. I want this and I'm going to stay. And, as Robbie Kellman Baxter says, you've made that forever promise.
Mm-hmm.
You've said, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay and keep paying you because you're going to keep giving me the content and the information that I want. It's a real challenge. I think seeing that customer point and understanding what your customer wants can be a real piece of magic to unlock businesses, especially when, all you're doing is like, oh, my numbers are going down. It's difficult to step away from that and think something a bit more kind of audience focused, but it always delivers great results when people do it.